Yeah, hi all. Just time for another quick update. It's been a couple of weeks since my last one. Just excuse the wind and rainy noise in the background. It's a bit of a storm going through here today, and I've got to have the door up to get decent light in here, so you'll hear a bit of that in the background. But anyway, I've been waiting for my headers and cam covers to come back from the powder coaters, so I can show you what they look like now. Here we are. As you can see, I've done the cam covers in a low sheen black, and it's a high proof powder coat and good for 500 degrees apparently. And yesterday I spent some time painting the lettering and fins as well, as you can see, and I painted those with a high heat or engine paint. Simply just used a, here it is, the little roller, foam roller. Sprayed that with the paint and then just proceeded to roll it across the tops of those carefully. Took about half dozen times, I guess, maybe more, just to get a decent build up, because I couldn't press too heavily, otherwise it would have gone down onto the black as well. So not too bad of a job though. Nice different look I'm happy with. Should look pretty sharp once it all goes into the black engine bay. I'm thinking now those blue leads are probably going to go though, and I don't know, either red or black leads, I haven't decided. And also you can see the headers are sort of sitting there in place, just tacked on. I haven't put those on permanently, but that's not a big deal. So they're looking good, again in the same high heat powder coat. So I've been told these are good for 500 degrees and they should last, so here's hoping. There's no local ceramic coating people close to me, so I thought I'd give the powder coat a try. So fingers crossed on that. So there, that's been done. What else have I done since the last video? I've just today been working on the remote battery location, so I can show you that if I bring you down the side here. On the back, try not to show you too much mess here. So you can see I've got my new battery box in there, and that's sitting on a on the original battery tray from out of the engine bay, which I've modified slightly just to sit in that location. So that was worked out pretty well. Can't show you exactly how it's been mounted because everything's sort of covered up now, but by the battery box. But I'll just give you a quick little, if I can get around here, quick little show and tell. Oh, bit of pipe. So yeah, you can see standard little black battery box sitting in there on the mount on the engine. On the battery tray. I went ahead and added a few little special items, and one of them was these little bungees here, just to hold the lid shut. So there's a couple of those just to flick off. And then I also added hinges to the lid, which don't come in standard. So you can see I've riveted some hinges on the back there, and that just keeps it up out the way and easy to access. And then I went ahead and made up some threaded rods and brackets that clamp the battery down. So it's all nice and solid in here now. Obviously the earth cable coming out there and bolted to the body. And then I've still got to just finish up the main positive lead there. You can see I've soldered on the battery end there, and I've got the other end to put on, the engine bay end to put on, which goes to the cutoff terminal switch. So that's going to, obviously that's going to run, you can see through that little hole there, and that's going to run through behind the rear seat and run down the tunnel and up underneath the dash. And I'll just show you where that's, I've just made a little change in the engine bay as well regarding that, so I'll just show you that. Oh, it's tight here, sorry. So yeah, also made a little change here regarding my cutoff switch location. Originally it was over there where the coil is sitting. I've just switched to the other side of the original fuse box, so it's over here now. And the reason for that is simply because, I don't know why I didn't do it in the first place actually, there's a hole in the top of this bulkhead, underneath that terminal block now, which is just a factory hole, which I'm making use of to bring the main battery lead up into, so that now will run underneath this box here and onto underneath this terminal switch, and then power comes out and and that was also giving me a nice little space for my coil to sit here, nice handy location. So overall it's just a nice little change I've made there, which I'm quite happy I've done now. So that's done. I've also, I think I might have started showing you the gearbox modification that I'm doing. It was a bit too big to fit in between the carbies and the brake booster, so I had to cut that down in width by about 40 mils. So that's now been done, and I've started epoxying it back up. See, I've put some double bias fiberglass underneath there just to close the hole up again, and I'll have to do the same on the inside. Close all that up and finish it nicely, and then give it a coat of paint and make it look nice and beautiful again. So that's underway. Other than that, not a lot going on. I don't think that I haven't already shown you. Really now just waiting for my cam belt tensioner bearing to come in, this one here, because that is actually quite noisy. So I've got to switch it out while I'm got all this out, and put a new belt on at the same time, and then I know what I've got again when I start this thing up. So I think that's where I'm at. All up to date now. Again, sorry about that wind in the background. So I'll give you another update in a week or so. From here, I've still got to source a accelerator cable, either get one made or find one to suit. And I also just waiting for some brake line to come in. The brake line for the rear, I think I've talked about this already before, but the brake line for the rear brakes comes up the left hand side of the car, and then for some reason, you know, crosses over the tunnel here and over to the booster, which is just a real odd arrangement. So I'm going to change all that and let it cross over at the back, over the diff area, similar to where the petrol line is running, and bring that up the right hand side. It'll run along underneath the chassis rail and clip in there and keep it all nice and tidy, and then doesn't have to cross over the bulkhead there, which is just, you know, a far better arrangement in my mind. So that should turn up this week, and I'll be working on that. The other thing I've still have to do, which is probably one of the last major jobs I guess you could say, will be to install a fuel pump, an electric fuel pump. So again, that's something I still have to source, just deciding which one to go with, and then I have to install that down by the fuel tank and run some power back to it and relays and all that sort of fun stuff. But that's getting down to the sort of last big jobs, I suppose you'd say. And from there, I hope to be able to run, move the whole engine and subframe underneath the car, for the final time, and start getting things hooked up. So anyway, that's where we're at, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see how we look in another week or so, and give you an update. Alright, thanks guys, out for now.